Yo, what's going on, guys? Back for this Monday slate. It was a solid weekend of DFS for baseball. Friday crushed it. Saturday cashed on the early slate in double ups. Main slate missed. And then Sunday, back to the money on both sides. So looking to continue rolling this year. It's been a very successful season to start. Yesterday, went with the Mariner stack on both sides. Draftkings hit a 128 and FanDuel hit a 146. So as you can see by my Twitter timeline, people have been very happy with the results. Still $50 for the whole season. The price tag is going to be going up soon. So if you have not got it and you're thinking about getting it, I recommend doing that soon because it is the best deal out there for baseball. Nobody can match that. So let's get it going on to this slate, though. We have 8 games. Before we get started with the video, as always, please be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe. At pitching today, I'm going to spend down so I can fit in some of the bats. Seattle's my favorite stack on the slate. Their offense is absolutely on fire. They're averaging over 7.5 runs per game. They are facing the worst pitcher by far on the slate, Homer Bailey, who last season gave up over 140 hits in just 106 innings, gave up 25-ish home runs, I believe. Gave up over a 300 batting average to both sides of the plate. Load up on the Seattle. They're the perfect lineup to attack Homer Bailey with. They have speed at the top and bottom. They have power right in the middle. They have good contact hitters throughout. It should be a long night for Homer Bailey, and the better part thing is that I know Homer Bailey's probably not going to last long this game, but the KC bullpen is also one of the worst bullpens in MLB, if not the worst. So that makes a Seattle stack even more appealing. But first pitcher that I like is Vince Velasquez. He has a ton of good strikeout stuff. The only hitter that really scares me in this Nationals lineup is Anthony Rendon, who's been crushing the baseball. But I do like the fact that Vince Velasquez has been dominant to righties in his career. Last season, he had a 9.9 K per 9 inning. And he's a great strikeout pitcher, like I said. He's facing them at home in Philly. The Phillies' offense is really, really solid, obviously. He's always going to get run support, and so good chance of getting the win here. This Nationals lineup is also without Trey Turner. They don't have a lot of speed. The bottom half of the lineup's not very good. So I think Velasquez at 8,400 can go out and easily get you over 25 DraftKings points today. So I think he's a good spend down option. I'm going to pair him with another guy in Coors, Kyle Freeland. Freeland was absolutely amazing at home last season. His ERA was just 2.4, almost a run lower than it was on the road last year. He had better strikeout stuff at home. He held opponents to a lower batting average at home. All that in Coors. So he was one of the few pitchers that have pitched well in Coors for a whole season. He's been like that for his whole career. So whatever he's doing, it's been working. I think he's going to continue that today at 6,200. He's just too cheap of a price and too good of a pitcher for me to pass up. Obviously, this Braves lineup is decent, but their best hitter, Freeman, is a lefty. Markakis is a lefty. The only guys that really worry me are Albies and Acuna. But if he can get around those two, I think he should have a very, very good night. So I like those two pitchers. It allows me to fit in any bat that I want, and allows me to fit in all the Seattle bats that I want to. So that's what I like at pitching. Going on to the bats, my first bat that I like is Edwin Encarnacion. At first base, there are a lot of good first baseman options today. But I think Encarnacion hitting right in the heart of the lineup that I expect to score a bunch of runs here. He should get plenty of at-bats, plenty of chances to put runs across the plate, so a lot of RBI opportunities. He's always been a streaky hitter. Once he gets his home runs going, he can crush 10 in a span of a month. So he's a really streaky hitter too. I'm expecting him to heat up. The weather in this game is absolutely amazing for hitting, and the park is also good for hitting too in KC. So I like Encarnacion at first base. Another stack that I like today is the Athletics against Andrew Cashner. Cashner is facing a very righty-heavy team. You would expect him to be good against righties, but he's not. Last season, he only struck out 11.9% of righties, and this A's lineup has a lot of power against righties. Last season, they were one of the best teams in the league against righties in terms of power. Matt Chapman at third base is one of my favorite plays, him and Chris Davis. Chapman is another guy that is a reverse splits hitter on this A's team. He hits for more power against fellow right-handers. He's facing Cashner, who is not a strikeout pitcher in Camden Yards. Chapman's a really solid fly ball hitter. I'm expecting him to put the ball in the air, and good chance that he can hit one out today. So Chapman's really standing out to me at third base. And then in the outfield, I'm going to give you guys the 2 other Mariners that I like. I'm going to start out with Domingo Santana. He's been crushing the baseball to start the season. He already has 15 RBIs, 4 home runs. He has speed as well, already has 3 stolen bases. This Seattle lineup also loves to run. So just so many good things working in favor for this offense. If they just somehow manage to disappoint, I will be very sad, but they have not for the whole year that I've targeted them, and now they have their best matchup by far that they've had. So I'm expecting them to put up a ton of runs here. Domingo Santana makes for a really strong play just because he has a ton of power. He's been hot to start the season, and I don't think he's going to cool down in a matchup against Bailey. So just like Homer Bailey's first name, I'm expecting him to serve up some long balls today to a lot of these Mariners. I'm giving guys some of the power hitters that I think have the best chance to go deep today. Speaking of power, give me Jay Bruce. Jay Bruce only has 7 hits this season. 5 of them have gone out of the ballpark. So you're really going for a home run guy with Jay Bruce. He's also struck out about 30% of the time this year. But like I said, Bailey is not a strikeout pitcher. He only has 75 and over 106 innings pitched. So I definitely think that Jay Bruce can do some damage here because I'm not expecting him to strike out. I'm expecting him to put the ball in play. And he's also been hitting right in the heart of the lineup. Has a lot of power, especially against righties for his career. So it's a really, really good spot for Bruce, for Santana, for Encarnacion. I would throw Haniger in there, Malik Smith, just a bunch of guys. I like the top 7 guys easily. Even Ryan Healy, if he's hitting 8th, as a low-owned option. But there you have it. Those are the picks that I like. If you want to join us, you can hit the link in the description to get that deal. Thanks for watching, and good luck today.